hard. Welcome to the Big Zo Podcast. I am he and he is me. Episode 5, I believe. Today, got my homeboy sitting in with me. My man, what you want to be called?
The infamous Keith Poppy Flores.
I'm gonna call you infamous, bro. You know
Producer extraordinaire, DJ audio, Destiny gamer extraordinaire.
Yeah, good enough.
Talk shit about everything.
Yeah, good enough. What's been going on, bro?
How much, man? Just, trying to hold it down in this pandemic.
Staying safe?
Not really. I go to the store with my mask off. I'm like, mask off all day long.
Hey, that's a sensitive
Coughing
subject.
on people.
Hey, that's a sensitive subject, bro. There's people out here, they mad. They the mask security.
I know, right?
They running up on you.
I know, especially all the Karens.
And it ain't some Karens. There's some Debras too.
There's some Debras.
Some people on social media. Hey, everybody, they popping about these masks.
I know, right? But man, it's such a thing because I was at the grocery store yesterday, and right as I got out the car to go into the grocery store, I didn't have my mask. I was like, damn, I gotta walk all the way back to the damn car to get this damn mask.
Facts.
Because it's not second nature yet.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably just started wearing it consistently, probably about 5 days ago. Yeah. But my thing is, I don't have a problem with it. If you want to wear it, wear it. If you don't, you don't. I ain't finna be jumping on nobody and beating them up. But I just think for me, I just want to be able to feel like I'm doing my part. It's annoying, but hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's really annoying when I'm in the store and I need to look at something and I have to put my damn glasses on because I'm getting old and they start fogging up. I'd be like, damn, this damn mask.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. But hey, wear the mask, man. Wear the mask, wash your hands, and get distant whenever you possibly can. But other than that, man, it ain't really been bothering me. I'm a homebody anyway. I'm not the going out type. I step out here and there, but it ain't really hindering my lifestyle. It's just the fact that, with everything, the options has been taken away. The options to do something. But for the most part, man, I'm good. Yeah. But anyway, enough about the coronis. Hey, so we're gonna get into a few topics, bruh. A few things, man. So we're gonna go ahead and address the whole the issue now. The obvious was popping. The whole Jada and August Alsina thing, man. I watched the her red table talk last night. Actually, this morning. I'm tripping. I watched it this morning. About 12-15 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And she was explaining where she was in that space because it happened, man, a few years ago. It's just now it keeps coming up, and I really think that's why they chose to go ahead and just officially address it, so it can quit coming up. Yeah. Every couple of years, and they could just move on, man, because they moved on, so we can move on. So I really think they did it for the public's benefit, which they owe us nothing. No, they don't. They don't owe us nothing. No. But to satisfy the public, so we can move on, I think they went on ahead and addressed it, man. And she said what it was. You didn't see it.
I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Okay, well, you're gonna see a lot of memes, dog, with the word entanglement, because that's how she tried to describe it. She was like, I was in an entanglement with him, and Will immediately, he was like, entanglement, huh? He was like, relationship, and so you're gonna see a lot of memes like that. So that's where it's coming from. But it ain't no different, man, from whatever from regular people, man, in society, dog. It ain't no different. It's just that they're a high profile couple. And we love the juice, and that's why it got so much attention, man. Because it was basically, they was in a rough spot, her and Will, and couples go through things, man. And they both said that they thought their marriage was over. Mm-hmm. They thought it was over, and so during that point, her and dude got closer than close, and it jumped off. And she was like, she reminded me of Halle Berry in Monsters Ball, because she was like, I just wanted to feel good. And then they went on into a deeper discussion about far as thinking you can find happiness in someone else or outside of yourself, when happiness should start within. Right. And then they kind of go off into that, which I 1000% agree with that, man.
I agree.
You can't rely on nobody else to make you happy. Now, they can contribute, but I don't think that you can rely on a particular individual to make sure that you're happy and enjoying your life.
I think that, you know, like for me, in my past relationships, man, because I had a few, I had to learn that about myself too. Whatever, man. I had to learn it about myself, dude, because, you know, sometimes you spend a lot of time trying to make others happy, and a lot of times you're not happy yourself. And, you know, in my last relationship, prior to me getting married to my beautiful wife, I had to take some time out, man, after that relationship ended, at least 4 or 5 years. And I had to find things that made me happy and what I liked about myself, you know, that I was happy about. And I think I had to get away from saying, like, you make me happy, because nobody can make you happy. I had to start saying, I'm happy, and if I'm in a relationship with you and you bring happiness into my life, you're bringing that extra happiness.
Yeah, it's an add-on.
I don't like try to say that. I mean, it's kind of like a figure of speech. Everybody kind of just says, "Oh, you make me happy." Well, really, they're not making you happy. You have to be pretty much happy, you know, within yourself. And whatever they bring to the table and bring into your life, they're bringing that extra happiness into your life. So now, like, I try to sometimes say, you know, you bring happiness into my life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people bring strife into each other's life.
Yeah, I think at some point you have to be, like, even if you, like, in a relationship, at some point you have to have selfish moments where
I got a lot of those.
Where it's about you, no doubt. Where it's about you. Like, you have to have selfish moments from time to time, but your selfish moments can't outweigh the other moments. But at some point in your life, during your relationship, you have to find something that is specifically for you. I don't care what it is, but I think you need some type of outlet, because you can't be on top of each other all the time, and you can't be giving yourself all the time. At some point, you have to do for yourself. Like, you see, and I'm gonna be honest with you, women do that a lot. Like, women are givers, and they care, and they nurturers by nature. That's just who they are. So a lot of times, man, you see women sacrificing their not their well-being, but sacrificing, I guess I would say, like, me time, to make sure that the guy is good or the kids are good. And then they wind up feeling like a certain kind of emptiness, or like their life is not doing anything. And see, to me, that's where you need that selfish time. So if you enjoy, I don't know, going to the spa or whatever, then you need to make that a part of your regular routine. Like, that's just your time away from your guy, away from your family, or whatever it is. You have to have that alone time. Like, I'm all for alone time. Like, you have to be able to sit down and just think about whatever it is you need to think about, and whatever it is you got going on.
I agree.
It can't be constant, just you worrying about everybody else. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, men, we're gonna get our alone time one way or the other.
Yeah, because I play Destiny down every night.
But see, women are, that's how I think they so more, in most cases, are more devoted to us. Because I think I think women who are in relationships constantly think about the relationship. And if it's kids involved, they constantly think about that. You need a break. Yeah. So I can understand what she was saying. And I just think that Will, man, he probably the dopest human being on earth, bro. Like, his maturity and his mental, his mind frame, where he's at mentally, man, that's a level. That's a level that a lot of us don't achieve. I ain't nowhere near that. I ain't gonna front. But to be able to still, and if you watch the interview, hey, just check it out.
I'm gonna watch that interview.
But to see him still go yo, he told like, I can love you through anything. Yeah. And they just down for each other, man. And it's easy to walk away, but they just down for each other. And I'm sure I don't know, but I'm sure they have other things going on that have went on through their, they've been together for a long time, bro. But just to see that, how he down for her is just amazing as a man. Cause hey, it ain't too many dudes can come back from that.
Because, I know I couldn't come back from that.
Because once
I'd be ready to throw everything out the house.
Yo, once your imagination get the best of you.
Oh yeah, my imagination.
Because women, cause I'm gonna say that.
My imagination gets the best of me when ain't shit going on. I'm paranoid.
Men cheat most men cheat for sexual reasons. Women cheat for other reasons. Sex is on that list, but women cheat for other things. Like if they lacking something, they seeking something else. Because a woman that's happy, dog, you can't get her to say hi to you.
Right.
But I think word.
Hey, how you doing?
And if they say hi, yo, it ain't gonna be no sauce on it.
Right.
It's gonna be dry.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Overcooked, well done. It's gonna be dry. But I think they do it for other reasons. Mm-hmm. You know, it got to be like a void in them that they haven't been getting for a while. And so, you know, man, you never know what's going on in people's relationships, bruh. So I think they dope. I mean, the interview was it was nice. It was nice, you know.
Will was in it too?
Whatever. Huh?
Will was there too?
He was sitting right across from him. He was basically the host.
Was that another red tabletop type shit?
Yeah, it's her show, but he was basically her talking to her while she was going through her confession and, you know, trying to.
You think there was a get back at Will?
Nah.
Nah. He was doing anything to get.
Well, I don't know. I can't say all that, but I don't think it didn't come off as like revenge or nothing like retaliation. Nah, man. I just think, hey, you go through things, man. You go through things, and you know.
What's the little dude's name?
August Alsina. Hey, don't
like a damn hyena.
Hey, man. But, you're disrespectful, man.
I think it was kind of a little B move on his part to even express the shit.
Well,
especially if they were still married.
Well,
I mean, honestly, bro, it was kind of like, yeah, man, I'm hitting that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, come on, we know the game.
That was a whole we call that.
He got in his feelings. He got
in his feelings, man. He wanted to gloat about that shit.
You ain't, dog. It's.
He wanted to gloat about that. He was tapping Jada.
He loved her. He loved.
Nigga's like 20 years younger than her.
That's a grown. Exactly. Man, come on, dog. She put that. Yo, he loved her, and I'm telling you, he wanted more. He couldn't get more. He knew what it was. That's all it is. He knew what it was, but he wanted more. She wasn't having it. We got to end it then, bro, because you doing too much. You start doing too much, and then like a somebody that's hurt, because clearly he's hurt. Mm-hmm. He wanted to talk about it. Dude been trying to tell us for years, bro. We just didn't care to listen. He been trying to say it for years. We just dismiss it because we know the situation, dog. You know the vibes, man. You ain't the first one to get that thing put on you and get opened up. Now your emotions all over the place. We all done been there. We don't all hid in the bushes a time or two.
In the bushes.
I'm just saying. It ain't a dude out here. They can front all they want. Hey, some
pull up.
Hey, some chick that had your nose open at one point to where you
pulling up.
Your emotion was all over the place. You couldn't get it under control, so you're out of character. And you're doing all this other stuff.
I seen the funniest meme this morning, even though I haven't even seen the interview. The meme was what was it about? I just was just thinking about it. Oh, it said it was the dude named August Alsina.
Yeah, man.
If he come up missing, we all know what happened to Pop. I was crying. Yo, I said, boy,
if you
internet ain't right.
If you refer to him as Lil Dude one more time,
Lil Dude,
you don't even know him, dog.
Okay, I don't need to know.
But that's all it was, man. He got in his feelings, bro. We done all been there, man. We done all been there, dog.
Jada put the thing on him. He got his nose open.
Yep.
She put the thing.
And he was like, I just gotta tell somebody. And we were like, yo, man, we don't want to hear that. But
right.
it happens, bro. Cats get sprung every day, big.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, you know. So, but like I said, you never know what people going through, dog. Because you look at these people on social media, and we quick to go relationship goals. That, do you really want that?
Right.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Your goal should be
the house.
Hey.
Hey, Will better than me, bro. I'll be ready to throw everything out the house.
So let me
and the kitchen sink.
But see, here's a bit of a double standard. Like, they making fun of Will, but just think if it was Will on the other side, how they'll be.
He a dog.
It'll be trash. Nah, it was some people
take half of everything.
It was some people trying to, you know, trash Jada, but nah, bro, we're not having it. Trying to say she took advantage of dude. She did not. She did not.
She may not. She may have.
Not one bit.
She may have.
Not one.
She
bit.
knew what she was doing.
Not one bit.
She knew what she was
Not one bit. You don't approach, if you cannot be taken advantage of if you approach the woman. Come on, dog. I'm not. Excuse me. I ain't buying. I ain't subscribing to that. You know.
I can agree with you to that to an extent, and then she probably looked like, well, I'm not getting what I need from this right now. And pretty much thinking Will and her over, so yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of this little 20-year-old little dude.
Not taking advantage.
What, he like 20 years younger than her?
Something like that. I think he like 27 now.
And she gotta be what, like 50?
Jada gotta be early 50s.
Yeah.
Mid 50s maybe.
She about 20 years old now.
But she
probably like, yeah, I'm about to get this off real quick.
I mean, come on, dog. I mean, who wouldn't be? And I get it, dog. That's lyric, bruh. That's Miss Peaches from Low Down Dirty Shame. He see her. He see what everybody else was seeing over the years.
I guess.
And he got the opportunity, and he got in there. Siri talking about, bruh. But so you know, but nah, when no advantage is being taken of. If anything, he messed up a wonderful opportunity and the position that he was in. Bruh, you ain't got to do nothing.
Right. Just
show up, throw it down,
GTD,
and go on about your business. Go on about your business. She don't need nothing from you.
Right.
She don't need nothing from you. You got her own bread. But she don't need nothing from you.
And then, you know, on another level, you can even compete with Will's financials.
First of all, it ain't about that. Ungrateful is what he is.
Yeah.
That you messed up a wonderful opportunity, dog.
Go sit your little ass down.
He messed up a wonderful opportunity. He definitely set side pieces back a few steps. But
too bad it was on the men's side. Damn.
Welcome.
Well, anyway, at the end of the day, man, that's between Will and Jada. We don't really need to know. They don't owe us no explanation as to what goes on in their marriage. So I think Will's a dope actor. Jada too, when she can.
Let me ask you something.
Because I ain't seen her in nothing else.
What would hurt you most? Let's say you was in a relationship and your girl stepped out on you. What would hurt you the most? Or what would if the actual physical part of it, or if she actually had a emotional connection, like a chemistry, energy, or a bond with the guy. Like what would hurt you the most?
Probably the physical.
That's what I
ain't nobody finna touch that but me.
That's exactly what I thought you were gonna say, and that's exactly my point. Men only think about the physical.
Well, no, I'm thinking about, like, you know, you have somebody else in your wife's
physical.
It's besides you.
Physical.
All up in that.
Physical.
Nothing all up in that.
But see, if a man cheat, women gonna ask you questions like, do you love her? What is it about her that she's doing for you that I ain't doing? They want to
hold on.
No, I'm saying they gonna peel back the layers because they want to know what made you do that. Men like,
but I think it's the same thing.
All we think about, hey, did you?
No. I think it's the same thing because first of all, you gonna think about the physical first, and then you're gonna be like what you just said. What made you go do that? What wasn't I doing for you?
You think men gonna say that?
Man, yes.
Nah.
At some point.
Now all we want to know is what position he hit you in, and did you give him head? We ain't thinking about, hey, is this conversation good? No, all we thinking about in our mind when we play it back is him,
kids in your mouth,
and we don't and when they play back in our mind, dude is putting in work.
Right.
We don't imagine it being mediocre. He giving her the blues, the business, like when in that scene on what's the movie, dog? What's the movie when Morris Chestnut, the old girl, was getting married?
Oh, you talking about?
He was crying on the altar.
Best man's wedding.
Best man. He was crying at the altar because he kept playing back her and Tay Diggs back in college, and they thought he was emotional because of the wedding. Nah, he thinking about how he was up in them guts, and that's what we think about. We ain't thinking about.
And I'm walking around the house like King Kong throwing everything around.
Come on, dog. Men is not thinking about what type of connection do y'all have.
Right.
All we thinking about is, did you do that thing for him that you be doing for me?
Right.
Yeah. See, women is more deeper. That's what I'm saying. Women want to know, what made you do it? What is it about her? Do you love her? And they just deeper than that. They just deeper than us. We there's no layers.
We all here.
Nah, we right here, bro. We one shot.
Right.
But I think for it's the physical. I think most men would say it's the physical part that they will worry about.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about you talking to nobody.
To make the hairs on the back of your butt stand up. The little peach fuzz that you got on the back of your neck.
Them.
You know the peach fuzz.
Yeah. Peach fuzz where though?
You know women have peach fuzz everywhere.
For facts.
Especially on their butt. When you see it, you can see it like when
You like them little baby hairs on their booty?
Yes, man. Peach fuzz.
That do it for you?
Yes, bro.
Don't make eye contact with me when you.
You know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. The same little bitty peach fuzz on the back of your neck, man. That's sexy.
Yeah. So you like her? You a fan of her? I'm not saying 70s. But do you mind a little hair on it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean it's nice.
Yeah. As long as it's trimmed up, not the whole field. You don't want grass on the whole field.
Right.
Just a little strip, little Dorito, little
triangle.
Yeah, little afro, a little bit, Yeah, I'm with you, dog. But yeah, that's what happened, dog. But I'm glad they cleared the air, man. Now we can move on.
The public can move on. I don't really care, bro.
Nah, not at all. But it's just, we love that juice. We love that juice. We like when
damn, for real.
Yeah, we have a fetish for things being messy.
Like you talked about it. You felt that whole situation up.
Yeah, we have a thing about fetishes and all that, bro. So, yo, let's stick with that real quick. So the other episode you told me to watch was the Father's Day episode.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't cry, but I got a little choked up at least twice watching Will talk about his kids, and then when they showed they was wishing them Happy Father's Day. Yeah, and they was showing like old footage. It was touching, man. It was touching.
When they showed the old footage, man. I always had this. You always have like these grand ideas of what celebrities do, and when at the end of the day, man, despite their celebrityism, their high profile statuses, their money. Really, they're just ordinary people too, bro. Because when you watch the videos, man, that's like ordinary shit everyday parents would do with their kids.
Well, we put them on a pedestal,
right?
But
watching that episode, man, there was a lot of things he talked about as far as like how he grew up and how he is today and how he parents came a lot from his father, and he also said that. His father wasn't perfect, and a lot of things he learned in life was from his dad. Probably didn't make sense back then, but
it never do.
Look back,
it never do.
It makes sense. But the one thing that he did say that I thought was very similar to how I felt about my dad was that he taught lessons, man, of real life in real life experiences. Like you can't like go to school and learn real life experiences. A lot of school is just theoretical, basically just getting you prepared to go either college or get a freaking job. But like manners and responsibility and
work ethic
and work ethic and
integrity.
All that comes from the home.
Yeah, hands-on training.
Because like his father, he drank and smoked. My dad did the same thing, and a lot of things that I don't really want to talk about now on here, but he did a lot of things, man, that I look back on like, man, that was some upsetting stuff. But it took a long time, a good while for me and my dad to get back to a really good relationship, and I love the relationship we have now.
I think a lot of times the relationship get real dope when the kids get older.
Yeah.
When you don't have to, because I think as parents, we spend a lot of time focusing on instilling these things in our kids that we forget to have the regular moments where it's just a relationship between us, and it's not me trying to train you or instill something in you.
Right.
Because I know for me, man, I can just recall my pops doing stuff with me. He had the perfect balance, and I just remember him working me, and also him just being my dad.
Yeah.
I can remember him taking me to work with him. He used to be this janitor at the little neighborhood community center, and I remember going to work with him, and he'll be working, and I'd be in the little gym playing ball, and he used to come and get me out of school and take me to like Cardinals games, man, and take me and my homeboys. They would call and get permission from their parents, and everybody loved my daddy, so they was like, yeah, you can go. So he would just take us to the games, man. I remember those things. But at the same time, on the work side, I remember getting up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. He used to own this bar called the Coal Shed.
Yeah.
And it was a shed in the back of the bar that used to be filled up with cans, beer cans, soda cans, whatever. And I'm talking about when you would open the door, cans would just spill out, dog. And it was my job to crush and bag every one of those cans. I had a special pair of shoes that I used to wear because my shoes smell like beer.
Yeah.
And so I would crush them, and I'm talking about, dog, thousands of cans.
Yeah.
And I would bag them, and we would go down to this little recycling place and recycle them. And he would give me the money. That was me earning that bread, and it'd just be, I don't know, $5-7 maybe. But I just remember him showing me, not giving me everything. Some stuff I had to earn. And I think a lot of times, man, it could be kind of good and bad when you become a parent yourself.
Right.
We tend to be like, especially, I don't subscribe to the whole, my kids got to struggle so they can understand and appreciate things. No, you could still teach them and instill things to make them appreciate stuff. Right. I don't want my son to struggle, dog.
No.
I want him to have an easier path than I did.
Right.
So that's what you work towards. That's what you should work towards. Right. I don't want him to know what it feels to go without, but I do want him to understand and know how it feels to earn something.
Not me. My kids got to work around the house for it.
I mean,
you don't work, you don't get eaten.
But that goes with earning it.
No.
So I want him to, understand that satisfaction from when you actually put forth some work and you earn it.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and let him struggle and go through hell when I can do something about it.
Right.
But
I think that's any parent that has kids wants that for the kids. I mean, there are parents out there that struggling themselves, and kids suffer because of that too. The only thing I try to really instill in my kids, man, when I talk to them, is just nothing's going to come easy, and you have to work at it.
Right.
But you also, like, for things that you love doing, you have to do them constantly in order to become better at it. You know what I mean? Whether it's playing a sport, video game, whether it's coming up with the best mathematician for NASA or whatever, playing a music instrument, repetition always makes you better.
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm at that's where I'm at right now with my son, because he thinks as soon as he tries something, he's supposed to be dope at it. I'm like, nah, bruh, it take practice.
Right.
Some things you're not just gonna pick up on.
Right.
Some things you gotta keep at it. You gotta keep at it. But like I said, man, just trying to instill and him to understand that you got to work for it.
I think for me though, man, also, you know, it's like, especially for like our kids, we have black children, especially in this world today. Like, you know, just out in public, they're seen as a threat.
Yeah, especially once they get a certain age. It's like, I like that. I love that meme. It's not even a meme. It's just a picture of this little handsome little black kid. He holding a sign. The sign says, "At what age do I'm handsome, I'm cute now, but at what age do I become a threat?"
Yeah.
And yo, that's heavy.
Yeah,
that's heavy because that's why I don't care about these little videos I see with the police doing these little PR stunts where they interacting with the little kids in the neighborhood, because the minute they become teenagers, all of that goes out the window.
Yeah.
And I just hate the fact that, you know, it's a different conversation, man, that, you know, you got to have with your black children. It's a different conversation. It's a different conversation from anybody else that has to have a conversation with their kids, man. Like, we just can't say, if they go, yo, I'm gonna go to the mall with my friends and, you know, I'll see you later. We just can't be, all right, have a good time.
Right.
Now, hey, come here, bring it in.
Right.
Let me talk to you before you leave. And we got to give them a set of instructions of do's and don'ts.
Right. But, you know, man, like, for me growing up, like, it's totally different from how my kids grow up now. Like, with time rating, it's totally different from, like, how I grew up back then. Like, my parents, man, you know, I used to be outside all the time, riding my bikes with my boys. We used to be up and down in University City on Delmar, running in and out of Magic Market, playing little arcade games, over at the laundromat playing arcade games. And my parents be like, be in the house for...
Don't ever say you city on my podcast. But go ahead.
You city for life. Then they were like, you know, hey, be home when the lights come on. You know? And if you weren't, that was your ass. Today, man, I feel nervous about, hey, Dad, can I go up the street? No.
You have to.
Like,
you have to.
You can't do it. No, you ain't doing
to.
it. Because there's a lot of things that I feel like me as a kid were, like, I don't know, man, it just felt like it was already, like, instilled in me, like, how to read situations out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Where kids today are kind of, like, naive to it. You know, like, you kind of knew when stuff was about to pop off as a kid.
Yeah.
My kids, man, they be like, I don't know, they just start fighting. Like, you didn't see, like, before what happened? You didn't see, like, it coming? I'm looking at them like, yeah, you ain't going back out there. But the other thing, man, like, at the end of the day, all I want my kids to be are knowledgeable and successful in whatever they do. Mm-hmm. I don't ever want to see my kids, man, just live out in the streets, in prison, for just doing stupid shit. Like, that to me would, like, devastate me, man, as a father.
But you know what? As crazy as things were back then when we was kids, man, it was still things that we could do that you have to worry about and that you can't take lightly now. Yeah. Like, I remember, man, me and my homeboys, like, yo, we would just walk the streets and go play baseball, play basketball, whatever. We used to walk to school, and, you know, with no parents around. Like, you could actually walk down the street and be good. But now you got to worry about people snatching your kid up, man. Like, all these kids coming up missing and the it's never getting solved.
Right.
You know, this human trafficking thing, dog, is ridiculous. And you just can't take nothing for granted, man. Like, my boy want to go outside on the front and play. I'm finna sit right on that porch with him.
Right.
Pistol in hand.
You know, going back to the Will Smith interview, I'm talking about as far as the father stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of like father in the same similar way. Like, you know, I grew up kind of like hardened, you know what I'm saying, based on the situation that I grew up in and, you know, the lessons that were taught to me.
Let me ask you something.
And then I went to the military.
I was just about to ask you that. Go ahead.
So, like, at home, bro, it's like, it's for me, like, in my mind, it's no nonsense because that's already been instilled in me. Like, if I say do something, it jump now and do it, get the room clean, and you don't have to hear my mouth no more.
Yeah.
But when I have to come back in there and tell you 2 or 3 times, I'm getting pissed.
Yeah, well, that's...
You know what I'm saying?
So.
You know, one of the things, man, like, I have to constantly like, yo, clean it up, and then it gets done after about the third, fourth time. But at this point, I'm like, it should have just been done. And when you're out there in the real world, I always have to tell my 14-year-old son, I'm like, man, look, if I ain't go to work and do my job, and they constantly had to tell me to do it, you think they keep me around?
No, sir.
Exactly. So so I'm kind of like in Will and that Smith, like, yo, just get it done. But then
that was a dope story he told about Jaden when they was filming Karate Kid.
Yeah.
When he was trying to do the splits.
Right.
That was dope. Well, go ahead. I can continue.
But then, man, I also have to take a step back sometimes and realize my kids are going to be who they're going to be. And I can't, like, you can nurture that. You can try to cultivate it. And like you stated, I even go back to one of my favorite animated cartoons, which was Kung Fu Panda, right? When Turtle say, what's his name, Mr. Oogway, when he said, if you plant a peach tree, it's not going to grow into an orange tree or an apple tree. It's always going to be a peach tree. And they kind of went back to what you have to let it be what it's going to be. And it's kind of go back to what Will said, sometimes you just have to take a step back and let your kids be who they're going to be and not be what you want them to be.
A lot of times we try to live vicariously through our kids.
Well, not only that, but we try to like push them in directions to be something.
Right.
And I have to kind of, and like now, man, like, my son, man, his school, bro, I be like sitting back like, bro, come on, for real. I have to kind of step back and say, okay, man, this is your life. And I'm going to step back. I'm here to help you if you need it. But you also have to open your mouth and ask. And so that one, like, it's kind of like nurturing, hey, cultivate, like, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to be the rod that you need to stand up. But you have to come towards me too and let me know what you need to get done. And then I can help you and guide you in that path. But as you're walking that path, you have to make those decisions on who you're going to be. And so lately, man, like I've been kind of taking the step back approach and not being on his case all the time about schoolwork. Even though I want to be on his case about schoolwork, I sometimes feel like if I push him, he don't. The more I push him, the more he doesn't do it. If I take a step back and let him realize, yeah, I need to get this done, then he looks like he's getting it done.
Gotcha.
And that's the same thing with other things in life, So
it's, I think, just different ways of doing it. You got to know your kids, man. You got to know your kids. Like I love basketball. Like I played it, I loved it, and I would love for one of the things. I would love for my son to get into it, but right now he doesn't have a genuine interest in sports. Like I ask him, and he's willing to try it, but when somebody really wants to do something, they're gonna bug you about it.
Right.
See me, I used to love basketball. I'm gonna play it around the clock. You didn't have to ask me to play, or did I want to play? I'm going to play. So I'm not trying to live, like I said, I'm not trying to live through him and live out and get him to do some stuff that I couldn't do. So whatever I see him leaning towards, I'm going to exploit and encourage him to go in that. And so right now where we at, he loves building things. He loves drawing comic books and drawing pictures and doing. He's actually pretty good at it. Yeah. So I would tell him or encourage him, like, if that's something you want to do, then do that. He was asking me the other day about some game, about how they do it and how they make it, and he was like, I would like to make a game. I say, you very much can.
Yeah, you can.
I say, but you got to learn how to do it. I say, it's not easy. You're gonna have to get the proper training, go to the right school, and you can learn how to do all that, man. You make your own video games, bro.
Right.
And so it's too much. We tend to put too much pressure on these kids, man, to do what we want them to do. So, like you said, what Will said was spot on. It was spot on, man. And that's why I was giving him props, dog, because when you could self-reflect on yourself, take personal inventory about yourself, and be honest with yourself, that's a level, man, that a lot of us don't reach or haven't reached yet.
You know what I found about myself, dude, was really when I spent those years alone, like out of relationships, just kind of being me. A lot of self-reflection and being honest with myself and trying to and figuring out where it is I need to improve on. And I'm still working on that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't think nobody in this world is perfect.
You should work on yourself every day.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with Will. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta take that step back, man, and reflect on yourself and improve everything that you think you can improve about your life.
What would you say you struggle with as a man? Like, give me one thing, because you pretty messed up. So we'll be here all day.
Whatever.
So give me one thing that you would say you struggle with as a man that you have honestly tried to work on or would like to work on.
I think, man, in the beginning, it probably was my temper. I used to get mad about everything.
Yeah,
one small thing would piss me off.
I've had plenty of phone conversations with you angry, bro, and it's some of the funniest.
And you know, and I had to learn, man, like it's okay to just let go. When people piss me off, I didn't always have to like rebuttal anything.
Okay.
And before it wasn't like that. Because the more I replied and rebutted to whatever they said to piss me off or did to piss me off, I'm always talking to them pissed off. And then I'm calling my boys like, yo, this nigga pissed me off. This bitch pissed me off. For me, it was like my anger, bro. I had to like really calm myself.
Okay.
And what I learned was that I can only control what I can control.
Fact.
Outside of that, I can't.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I think for me the biggest thing was, you know, my anger and temper, trying to, you know, control things I had no control over.
Okay. Yeah.
You remember a lot of conversations.
Oh, for sure. But for me, in which I said it before, man, I really don't have too much to work on. I'm really like the total package, dog. But if I had to really force myself to
see, that's what you probably can work on.
If I had
being
to,
honest with yourself.
If I had to really force myself to say something, it'd be selfishness, man. I could be selfish. I could be like, word. I could be selfish.
Yeah, I remember the times you come over to my house. Like, yo, man, let me borrow that DVD. All right, man, go ahead. I come over your house. Hey, man, let me get the Martin. No. Like, can't borrow the Martins? Nah. Like, damn, that's kind of selfish, dog.
They had just came out. I was trying to borrow old stuff.
They was on TV.
I'm saying the DVDs had just came out.
Whatever.
The show was old, but the
DVDs.
The
Boondocks had just came out. I let you borrow them every time they came out. Hey, man, just season 2. Let me grab that for a minute.
First of all, I had to steal it.
Yeah, you did.
So
I should have just stole the Martin.
Well, hey, get it how you live.
I'm like, damn, this nigga straight took off of my damn Boondocks.
Did. And when I got home, I called you and was like, yo, I got that Boondocks. You was like, quit playing.
I said, quit playing.
Let me go look. And when you went and looked, it was a slot missing, for sure.
I was like, damn, this nigga straight took off.
But for me, selfishness. Like, I had to really work on it. And I still work on it. But growing up, man, like I got a brother, but he's autistic, so he did whatever I was doing. I didn't have to share with him. I didn't have to take turns. I didn't have to do none of that. I did what I wanted to do. Yeah. So, getting older, man, it sticks with you. So when you start interacting with other people, the opposite sex or whatever, man, you tend to you find yourself stuck in your ways, and so you have to work on it.
That was one thing I also kind of struggled with, was being selfish. And that's only because I was the oldest of my siblings. And I always felt like my middle sister and my younger brother got everything. So I became selfish in the fact where I would like, no, I'm not going to share my shit with y'all.
But you know what? I heard that a lot, though. It always seemed like the older kid tends to have it the hardest. It seems like the parents get easier and easier and more lenient with each kid that they have.
Because it was very true with my kids.
Okay.
And for me, like, it comes in sections because I have 4 kids, so my oldest 2 are older, they're grown. But like with my middle 14-year-old and Braden, my youngest child, it's the same. Like I think I tend to be more harder on Ty than I am Braden, because Ty's getting to a point like he's the older of the 2. They're the last ones at home, so I'm like looking at him to set the examples all the time.
Right.
And that was true for me. And I look at my sister and her kids. Her oldest seems to get the hardest. I think it's always like that because there's no book to parenting, and I think what happens is you set the bar so high for your oldest And then you start learning through the process of raising them, like, and you have another one, you're like, oh, okay, wait a minute, that's all right, because I've already been through this. And then you go through the young, you're like, hey, okay, whatever, yeah, do whatever you want, little nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you definitely reached that point where it's just, hey, anything go, bro.
Right.
As long as you're not bothering me. Like,
Exactly.
I hit Lonzo plenty of times with the, hey, just go ahead. Go ahead. Hey,
Right.
Hey, do what you need.
Right.
Just so you could sit and have that little alone time for a minute. But yo.
But I think my parents, man, definitely set the bar high. And when I didn't reach that mark, bro, it was,
I heard and I believe it. Well, you can look at it with the grandparents, man. Look how so sweet and lenient grandparents are with their children.
Right.
And I look at my mom's, like, she let my son do anything, she buy him anything, and I just be looking like, yo,
kids be jumping off the dresser. But
see,
he having fun.
See, that's why he want to go down there all the time, because
Right.
she'll sit there and let him eat a whole box of Bun Pops.
Right.
And then when I go to pick him up, his lips blue. I'm like, that's all you been eating the whole time you been down here? He be like, yep. And I'm like, yo, Peaches, why you letting him? She was like, hey, when I got him, he can do what he want to do. Hey, respect, because he gonna keep coming. I'm not keeping him from you.
Right.
But so I could believe it, dog. I could believe it. Hey, so look, you've been watching them versus battles on Instagram?
No, I watched a few of them, but I haven't seen any of the later ones. When they start having internet issues, I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, they've been dope. I like it though.
But I am curious about this whole 50 Cent T.I. one though.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bruh. Hey, T.I. been bringing it.
I'm pretty sure he has. Dude got some hits.
No, I'm saying for it's like trying to get it to happen. Like he been trolling. He been trolling the bully, and that's all that's in this caption too. Bring on the bully, because you know that's what Fifth do.
Yeah, he bullies.
But see, now it done turned around a little bit. Tip on him, and I don't think it's gonna happen, man. But who you think wins that?
Out of if you had to go off first albums, 50.
Nope. Overall, it ain't about
overall.
They don't do album from album. I think they do. I think the format is 20 songs versus 20 songs.
20
So
songs versus 20 songs.
Your catalog, it ain't one album. It's your catalog versus my catalog.
You really could say 50 first whole album go hard. I think after that, maybe a few joints here and there. So I'm probably have to go with T.I.
Oh, okay. Cause that's why I'm mad you said that, because I really wanted to. I got T.I., man.
I think T.I., man. I mean, as far as like, if you're talking about 20 songs, hits. You talking about hits. I mean, 50 got some hits. Don't get me wrong. But when I look at the album catalog in my mind, like I'm thinking T.I. probably got more album hits than 50.
Yeah, because I'm not looking at. You can't say we just gonna play our club bangers,
Right.
because then all 50 got to do is play in the club,
Right, and it's done.
and it's over. But when we saying catalog, hey, put some respect on Clifford Harris' name.
Yeah, I think T.I. probably got
He got some bangers. I went back when this whole thing started jumping off. I went back and just started listening to old music from both of them. And yo, man, look, T.I. got some stuff I forgot about, dog. Like I added so much of his music to my playlist when I was running it back. I'm like, yo, I forgot about that. About that.
Do you find yourself doing that sometimes?
All the time.
I go through my Apple Music and I hear a song and be like, damn, I know I got CD at home, but how do I have my Apple Music? And I'll be like, Talib Kweli. And I pull it up, I have like one album. I'm like, no. I go to all Talib Kweli albums and I just put them all add.
Yeah.
I need to hear all them joints.
I probably add at least 10 songs to my different playlists like every day.
But see, I create playlists too. Like I got a straight Maybach music playlist, bro.
Yeah.
Like all the Maybach songs that Rick Ross did, like Maybach 1, 2, that's on my playlist. I think it's probably like 8 or 9 of them, and I bumped them joints. It's just those specific songs. But I also have his albums on my Apple playlist too, or Apple Music.
It ain't gonna happen. And I think in 50 Horton, and he, you know, as a man, as a competitor, you know when somebody got your number. And I think he not eager to get that one because that potentially is an L waiting to happen. And I love 50 music. But,
I mean, if you had to do like comparison, man, would it be like T.I. versus Ludacris?
No.
I mean, they both are from that Atlanta.
It don't matter what area you from. I'm talking about catalog.
No, I'm talking about between. If you had, because you know T.I., I think T.I. probably got more catalog hits than 50.
Yo.
But if I had to put let's put like a fair comparison, T.I. versus Ludacris.
T.I. is the king of the South.
Oh man, Luda got some joints.
He said it, and nobody disagreed with him. You could some tried to disagree with him, but who from the South solo artists?
Ludacris.
So
you don't think Ludacris can get that?
No, I don't think it would be even close.
Man, Luda got some hits though.
He do.
As a single artist?
He do. We talking about catalog, dog. Catalog. T.I. ain't put out a catalog. T.I. got at least, in my opinion, he got at least 3 classics. Maybe 4.
Albums.
And
Ludacris, you don't think that got?
He ain't got no classic albums. He got some classic records. But T.I. got some classic albums.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. He got some classic.
Go look this up.
Hey, Luda tough.
Yeah, Luda is tough.
And he don't get enough props either, but he got some classic records. But Tip got classic albums, dog. Put some respect on Clifford Harris' name. I'm just saying. He up there.
Yeah.
He up there. He has to be on your top 10 list. He got some stuff, dog. He got some stuff. So you know when you can't mess with nobody, dog. So just leave it alone. I don't think it's gonna happen. He doing right by not entertaining it. 'Cause, yeah, it'll be a wash. And that ain't even me being disrespectful. But I don't even think it'd be close.
Let's bring it back to old 50 versus Ja Rule.
Moving along. But speaking of 50, did you see the video, man, where he was throwing the chairs and tables at this dude?
No.
So apparently
it was a real fight.
Well, it wasn't even a fight. Last year, it was a video out. This dude, 50 was on a date.
I seen that part.
All right, and the dude ran up on him like, "Yo, listen to my demo and all that."
Listen to my Instagram.
And 50 was about to put that thing on him.
Right.
But so apparently the same guy. That's what they saying. It's the same dude. Ran up on him again while he was out at dinner, and some instigators, some stuff popped off, and you just see the video basically of 50 throwing like chairs and tables at the dude. Bruh, clout chasing gonna get you killed. It's gonna get you. It ain't worth it, dog. You messing with a real one right there. You messing with a real one. Don't let that vitamin water money fool you.
Vitamin water.
Because all it takes
that power money.
You know them dudes in the hood where like they real nice guys, but you could tell it's still in them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right.
It just take a simple thing to flip that switch, and there's nothing you can do about what happens after that.
Right.
Clout chasing gonna get you killed, bro.
Right.
I don't recommend it. It ain't worth it. You got to find another way to. There's too many ways out here to get your game up, get your popularity up. I'm not risking my health for the sake of trying to be popular on social media.
Yeah.
Nah, not happening. Hey, bro, I had a.
Let me ask you a question, bro. It's off subject, but what do you think about that new Chinky song, Invincible, dog? Have you listened to the whole thing?
Yeah. The one you posted?
I love it.
Look, I liked it too, but I want to say you was out of line saying that was the hardest song to ever come out of St. Louis. No, sir. It's disrespectful. It's a good song. And I get why you say it, because he's mature and evolved as a man, so he not giving you that stuff he was doing back then, which you should grow with the music. He done growed up.
I couldn't figure out. I think that's a sample of LL on there.
I would have to hear it again, but I liked it. I
thought it was dope, man. You know what I liked about it, bro?
But it ain't the hardest song to come out of St. Louis.
I don't know, bro. What's the hardest song to come out of St. Louis?
I would have to think. What song I put out? But nah, I would have to think. But that's not come on, dog. You can't just Oh, you
hardest, bro. I'm talking about when I say that, I'm talking about as far as what's already nationally out there. Because there's only 2 national artists that came out of St. Louis right now. I mean, that's known. Nelly and Chingy. Well, I mean, we have a lot of hip hop artists, and there are some great ones, including yourself.
Don't do it.
But what I'm saying is, as far as was, you know, in the public eye, it's really only been Nelly.
Now,
and
I know what you're trying to do. You only saying that because of the content,
bro.
Because of the and I get it. The
it's
song,
dope.
It is.
The beat's dope.
It's a dope song. It's some substance to it.
Yes.
And he was, you know, he was talking some real stuff.
Yes.
It ain't the hardest song to come out of St. Louis though. Because when you say hard, what you saying? Because it's different elements to it.
It's fire.
It's a dope song.
It's right.
But I could run down.
And you're right. He matured as far as what I could see in that video and that song.
I could run down some Nelly songs that's hard. But the subject matter is different.
Yes.
So you just saying it based off of the subject matter.
That yes. And
I can't argue with you,
and you know what it had, man? It had like this retro feel to it.
And see, that's what you like though. You like that old school feel, and me too. That's why everything.
It had, man. You know what it felt like, bro? It was when I looked at the song for him being a St. Louis artist. It to me had the feel of like it was brand new. It kind of felt like, bro, you really need like some MO. You need. It was just like that 99 Problems bitch ain't one for the first time, and that you heard something in a long time.
It was hard.
It's dope.
It was hard. I'm giving you that. It was hard.
And I said it was one of the hardest songs that I heard come out of St. Louis.
I thought you said the hardest.
No.
All caps.
No.
You didn't capitalize.
It was one of the hardest songs.
Mm-hmm.
One of the. That's not say there's not multiple that come out here, but as far as like what's been popping, like come something new and different from an already known established artist out of St. Louis, it's probably the hardest record he's ever had for me.
Okay.
Because his albums were okay to me. I think they were good, but that song right there, just like, damn, this young dude grew up and his shit was dope.
It was hard. So
fire.
Yeah.
Beat was dope.
Yeah, I can't believe we have a Chingy segment. But look, check it. So let me go back to 50. So he did what's my man name? Lil Wayne got a show, and 50 was on there, and they were talking about basically the clip that was kind of causing an uproar was 50 talking about dating, as he labeled his words, not mine, exotic women. And he was saying how black women get mad at him when he do it, and his explanation, which he explained why, and this is where the issue came in at. He was saying, like, they would get angry at him, like, why you only dating that type of chick, or why you doing that or whatever. And he was saying, yo, I basically he do it because it's a different flavor from what you used to having in the hood. So basically almost saying like she foreign, so why wouldn't I? Like, you know, I'm used to I see your type every day. So this is different. So why wouldn't I sample that?
Your type.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. And so you know, they was like laughing and joking, and he was just, you know, saying, you know, about them being angry. And so now the issue was, which it goes on all the time, about saying why black women so angry. That stigma, which I don't like it. But you know, they quick to say black women be angry when they tend to speak up or say something, you know, firm or address an issue, which it just burns me up, because nobody else gets that angry label but black women.
But I mean, are they going to be considered exotic women because they're from a different country?
Well, that's what.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure if you lived in that country for all your years, you'd be like, yeah, she's just an ordinary chick to me. But if you date somebody from America, she exotic because she's from America.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And see, my thing is, like,
I say date who you want to date.
For sure. But I didn't think he was saying like all black women were angry. I just think that, you know, my issue is date who you want to date. But my thing is, you don't have to put down not saying he did it. You don't have to put down black women to justify your white girl fetish or you liking Asian or whoever. Just date who you date, dog. You ain't got to say I date this type of women because black women are always this or dog. That nothing irritates my testicles.
Not your testicles.
More than hearing that. Like, dog, just don't come up with some bogus excuse just to find out why you do what you do. Just do it. I mean, just do it.
Honestly, bro, here's the thing. You shouldn't have to explain yourself to nobody about who you date. If you like that person like you, then you do what you do. And if anybody questions it, be like, look, you're not my relationship. Stick to yours. Yeah, I agree. But I don't like the whole shitting on black women. I agree with you.
Like, and I'll be honest with you, I don't subscribe to the angry black woman theory. But I tell you what, if they are angry, they have a right to be. They have a right to be because they go through so much. We put them through so much. Society puts them through so much. So if there are some angry black women out here, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Nobody has more of a right to be angry than the black women. So if they are, okay, yeah. I'm sure it's a reason. But I just don't like when, we got to stop that. We got to stop that, dog, because look, they go to war for us. Right. You see it. They go to war for us. The first ones. Yeah. Just saw a video today, which is sicking me, dog. I mean, still in this climate, I still can't understand why we doing the things we do amongst ourselves. The little video was this dude, these few guys was trying to jump on this dude, right? And so his girl, I'm assuming, was trying to basically like push him away. Like, hey, nah, don't do it. And so the little corny little bum dude punches her in the back of the head. Damn. And so now my man, he really fired up. Now let's go. Right. And so the dude wound up knocking dude out with the girl.
You said the dude knocked the dude out with his girl?
The dude that had the girlfriend got knocked out. He was a little fragile dude too. The other dude was a big dude, and he knocked him.
Knocked him and the girlfriend out?
No, knocked him out.
Oh, okay.
And so he punched his girl in the back of the head. Now she wasn't out though, and so she just kind of moved. So now he moved out the way. So now you hit my girl. So now we really finna scrap. Right. It was about 3 seconds. Dude hit him, knocked him out. Now he unconscious. So the dude like hit him again. His little punk ass homeboys came and they got a few shots in. But my thing is, his girl dove on top of him to cover him up. That's a black woman right there. And we got to stop leaving them defenseless, bruh, and putting them down. They go through too much. We got to stop that. But when she laid on top of dude to shield him, and they didn't like, when she did it, they stopped. Okay. They stopped. But the fact that she stayed there on top of him, and dude is unconscious, and then she started trying to bring him back, whatever. But that's a black woman right there, bro. They fearless, bro. They are fearless and deserve way more respect than they get.
I got you.
So
I agree.
So you heard it here first from Alonzo. Yeah. I respect y'all, and I'm gonna protect y'all. So y'all ain't got to worry about nothing of if I'm on the sizzing. But yeah, man. So I don't subscribe to that whole angry black woman theory. I think it's bogus, like black on black crime. But anywho, what else I got? They passed the law, which they should do it everywhere. Going back to the cameras of the world. They just passed the law in San Francisco.
You said the what? The cameras?
Karens.
Oh,
the Karens. They just passed the law in San Francisco that it's illegal to call the police falsely because of false racial what I'm trying to say, claims. Okay. So now if you call the police because somebody is black, Mexican, whatever, and it's nothing, you get fined. You can be fined up to $10,000, $1,000 minimum. So, and I love it.
I do too.
I forget the charge. I forget what they charging it. It'd be classified as a hate crime.
Nice.
and rightfully so.
Yes.
Because
go ahead, Karen's call.
Yeah.
Then I can file a civil suit.
But they wouldn't even have to have no law, man. If you just handle it yourself.
I'm saying. But I'd rather have a civil suit and get some money out of it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Because it got to stop. Because
especially if somebody rich.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. And it's going to sound like I'm going forward, but that's exactly what it is and how I feel. When you call the police for that reason, you are initially trying to put a hit out on someone because you are hoping that the good old boys show up and they do their thing.
Right.
For you. Do what you're afraid to do. You hope they do it for you.
The good old boys.
So you are initially trying to put a hit out on somebody when you call the police for that reason. Like the dude, like the chick who was the brother that was in the park. He
bird
was
watching
for sure, and she put on a whole. She was like Meryl Streep,
man,
putting on that acting, dog. Man, look, and got her dog taken away.
Yeah, but she got it back now.
Don't surprise me, but stuff like that, dog. She was hoping that the police showed up and did harm to that dude.
Yeah, for bird watching.
And you can't. Come on, man. Come on. I'm paying my taxes dollars too.
You know what I hate, bro? I hate when they do all that shit that they do, and then they want to come back and apologize.
Paul,
like, you weren't feeling apologetic when it was happening.
I'm done accepting apologies, bro.
Right, I am too.
Like real talk.
No, you're gonna eat that one.
You gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not forgiving you. I'm not accepting your apology. You meant what you did.
Yeah.
You meant what you said.
You did.
So no. You apologizing because of the backlash you are receiving, or
you know where you work,
whatever the consequences are. So I'm not accepting no apologies, dog.
Neither am I.
Nah, you meant it.
Yeah,
you meant it. So, hey, it is what it is.
Got that right.
But they need to pass that law in every city, dog.
Every state.
Yeah,
statewide.
Because that's crazy.
Every state needs to have that.
That's crazy. Right. That's crazy.
Every state. And I think they should serve at least a minimum of 7 days in jail.
So give them a week. Find them and give them a week.
Yep.
Bet. I'm all for it. Book it.
Not forever. Just, at least a good week to let them sit in there and think about their actions.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like, if you do it again, then you get 14 days.
Mm-hmm. Do it again. Have 3 strikes.
Yeah, you just multiply them by 7.
Yeah.
So I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm for it. I saw this I read this article, man. A pet peeve of mine is like when you go out, like don't bother, like out to eat. Don't be ignorant towards the people that handle your food. I'm so strict about that. Don't mess with people, man, that's handling our food, because you don't know what's going down back there in their kitchen.
What happens if the people that handle your food are ignorant?
I suggest you wait till after you get your food, or just leave, Because
they could be in there doing all kinds of stuff, and then you sit down like, I don't
well,
like that
well, that's a gamble you take. That's just a gamble you take when you go out. For real, because they could be having a bad day and just take it out on you. I'm not gonna give you a reason. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
So if you drag my chicken strips, across then that's shame on you. Because I'm not gonna give you a reason to tamper with my food.
A grit on my chicken strip.
But I say that because this lady now check it now. We talking about food, but look, this lady had surgery. And she went to the consultation before her surgery. So apparently during the consultation, she was like being very thorough, asking a lot of questions and trying to just get all the information that she needed to get to where she felt comfortable going into this surgery. So apparently the doctors or whatever, nurses, whoever, were irritated by all of her questions. So she must have got that vibe. Because when it came time for the surgery, she secretly recorded them during her surgery while she's under. So she had her phone and her clothes off to the side or whatever.
Yeah.
And the doctors was operating on her, and they were talking about her, like body shaming her. And they was just talking about the consultation. Was like, she was really irritating, during the consultation and being being whatever he was saying, he was like, you would think that you would want to be nice to somebody who is basically operating on you and holds your life in their hands. And yo, that tripped me out because this lady is under. She's fully exposed. Yeah. She's trying to have the surgery, and they are talking about her, dog, in a negative way about how annoying and irritating she was. And my man was like basically saying like, I got your life in my hands. I'm finna have your life in my hands, and this is what you want to start with me?
That's a lawsuit.
Yo, oh for sure. And that's actually what she's trying to do. And yo, that's why, man, you got to be careful, dog. You just never know. That's some scary shit. That's scary, dog.
Yeah. And
to even just be the actual person, and you play back the audio, and you heard them talking about you while you were knocked out and open. I don't know what the surgery was, but she was, crazy. She was on that table. But yo, you just got to be careful, man. Like I said, going back to that food stuff, I don't play around with it, dog. You got to be more careful. What you got? Hey, I was having a conversation, man, with this guy at the gig, and he was dating. He likes. I want to word it right.
Big girls.
Nah, that ain't what I was about to say. But
guys,
you got a problem with big girls?
No.
No, I'm about to say.
I was asking to.
Nah, big women live. I like that. You got to have that.
That flat.
Nah, I call it.
When you date one that got this, you know they can cook.
Well, they definitely have to be in the few community, FEW, the few community. That's that.
What the heck is the few community?
Huh?
What is that?
Fat elbow women.
Bro, come on, for real.
I want
about the ones that have like the
there. If they ain't got that, them greens ain't gonna be seasoned right.
Neither is ham hock.
They got to have that. That's a requirement for me.
The sweet potato pie.
Yeah, all that.
Yo,
they put their foot in it. That's a requirement for me. But anyway, he was saying he was dating this older woman. And he was saying how freaky she is. Sexual, should I say. Sexual. And you know how they say, as women get older, they reach their sexual peak. And basically, men reach their sexual peak way younger. Define sexual peak in your opinion.
I guess it would be, somebody who's always constantly thinking about it, wanting it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I don't know, they do things to set the mood all the time. I'm not really sure.
What do you to me, sexual peak, I would define it as sexual peak, I think it differs for men and women. But for men, for me, in my opinion, I think when a man reach their sexual peak, I think it's when you're having your best sex, not when you're having the most sex. Because when you're young, dog, you just out here just trying to get you're not focusing on the quality of it.
Nah.
You trying to run them numbers up.
Right.
You're trying to get your jersey and the Raptors. So you're not focusing on the quality of it.
Right.
You're more so concerned with the quantity. So to me, it's about when the quality of the experience becomes more important than the quantity.
Ooh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Deep, look at me. But
you think you could have that same? You think it could happen twice? Because sometimes I think maybe it depends on. I think it depends on the partner that you're with.
Well, it definitely has to be a connection.
I think. I look at it probably a little bit more differently than you probably do.
Go ahead.
I think maybe I look at it more scientifically, like men reach it at a early age because their bodies are producing this, testosterone hormone a lot more than you know, I think when women get to a certain age, which is a little older, I don't know if it's a thing where they like their hormones in their body start counting down the days to their menopause. Mm-hmm. So they're probably, you know, the body's kicking in like overtime. Like, yo, you need to get this shit done. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think far as like what you're saying, quality, I think it also depends on the partner that you're with, because, you know, you can be with some people that it's great, and then you can be with some people that it's just intense and great. And then so the quality of it becomes better because the intenseness is better. Like, there's a difference.
Well, I think, okay, I agree with you for as like, I think they definitely have to match your, you said intensity?
Yeah.
It definitely has to match.
Because you could be with somebody and it's great, but then you can be with somebody that's where it was more intense. Mm-hmm. And your experience, because the intensity of it is heightened. Mm-hmm. Which makes it great. Mm-hmm. And you can say, yeah, I was at my peak with, you know, back then. And you probably look back like I was in my 30s or I was in my early 20s, and yeah.
All right, so you saying it's kind of based on the chemistry you have with your partner.
Yes.
Not necessarily the individual.
Right.
Okay.
I think your peakness, but I look at it more scientifically. I think men, you know, as men are younger, their bodies hold more testosterone hormones, which makes them, like you said, want to conquer all or mm-hmm. the most. Mm-hmm. But then when they get with that, even when they're younger, if they get with that certain person and the intensity of it is heightened, then they can say, yeah, man, I was at my peak, dog. I remember, you know, so and so, I was with the chick, man, blah, blah, blah. But then as you get older, testosterone levels in men drop.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can pop testosterone pills, you can go get them prescribed, and there's nothing wrong.
Nah, yo. I'm a bow walk gracefully, B. I'm not chasing the dragon.
No. But then I think for women, though, I think it's a hormonal balance, because when they're younger, they can have, you know, children pretty much at the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? But as they get older, I think it intensifies. The hormones get to the point where they're like overworking because their bodies are going through changes that we don't understand, and they probably don't understand. But the body's like, yo, chick, you need to get on your roll. We about to stop working here in about the next 4 or 5 years. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get popping.
Has it happened to you? Like, did you feel your body change to where?
Yes.
To where it was like.
It slowed down? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
Was it?
About 42, 43.
How old are you?
47.
You for real?
Yes, I'll be 48 this year.
Really?
I think from the age of 42 to maybe about 45. And the thing about it was, man, it was also during that reflection time.
Okay.
And for me, like, don't get me wrong, I still love it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, you.
But it's not on my mind all the time like it used to be when I was like from the age of 17, 18 all the way up to like 38. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't think about it like that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's only because I have reflection time to say, you know what? I'm happy within myself. So to me, like don't get me wrong, like sex is great. I think it's great when you're with the right person. Mm-hmm. I think it makes you happy to feel that way. But at the end of the day, like, it's not everything to me anymore.
And that comes with getting older.
I think it just comes with maturity.
Yeah, because it's like you said, you're gonna always love it, but that killer instinct that's in you, it's kind of like.
I think men are like lions, bro. Like, think about it like this: when you're a young lion, you want to conquer all
anything that run past you.
Right. As you get older, you like, you bring some food home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you land there like, but here's the thing, men, we're never gonna turn it down. We're always gonna seize the opportunity if it's presented, whether we are initiating or if it's initiated to us. But if it's not initiated, as we got older, we're not gonna be like, Think about it, like, man, you're like an old lion laying in your cave, chilling, and you got 6 or 7 lioness, and they all squat down and be like, yo, you know it's that season, right? Like, trying to get these cubs out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably like, all right, fine. But he's older. If he's younger, he gonna be like, hey, what you doing? I'm a climb on the back of you, start biting your ears and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they give it up.
That's how they give it up.
So,
I'm just saying, I think as men get older, I think mature men, I think we just kind of like, if it's presented, we're gonna take it, and if we're in the mood, we're gonna initiate it.
I've had conversations with some of the OGs that I hang with, and they pretty much say the same thing. It's like you just start finding other things to occupy your time,
right?
Like because when you're young, that's really what you focus on. Like you could be young and be actually having sex, and then as soon as you get done, you think about when the next time you're gonna have sex,
right? And
now it's like you just try to be more productive. More productive with your time.
But see, I look at it like I said, scientific. Like, I think it's all based on hormonal balances within a certain age group for men and women. But I also think it's natural, and I think sometimes people get away from that because we as a society think we don't have those animal instincts, but we still do. And I think as we get older, man, for us, it's just kind of like, if it's presented, yeah, we're gonna take it. If we want it, we initiate it. But outside of that, we just kind of gonna do our own thing, and we find, like you said, we find other things that keep us interested in, or stuff like that.
What gets you? Hold on, let me put this disclaimer there because you nasty.
Yeah, I am. And I don't know if I can say this on.
No, we're not. But
okay.
let me just
because I can go raw.
No, don't.
There's a lot of times I don't think my wife really knows how raw I can be.
Listen to me. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Without, because that's what you do. What does it for you? Like, what gets you going? Hey, yo, I don't want to hear nothing personal.
Okay.
But in general, like what gets you going? Like, what is it about a woman that gets you, get that engine revved up, if you will?
I think I find women that,
because back in the day, you couldn't stop talking about toes, but go ahead.
I mean, I love women with pretty feet.
All right.
My wife has very pretty feet.
Okay.
I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna tell you what I do to them.
Please don't.
All right.
Yeah.
It can get real ugly up in here.
Please don't is what I
said.
But
I find, I don't know, man, like, my wife walking around in like some little shorts and got the little cup, a little, you know what I'm saying, the butt.
Yo, in general.
Oh, in general?
I said, don't make it personal.
Okay, you're right.
In general.
In general, man, I think, if you would get you going, I think, man, like how a woman carries herself. Like a woman that I don't know how to really explain it. It's kind of like she carries herself in a certain way that's not only interesting but sexual at the same time. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Because I look more like today. It's all about my wife, so I don't really pay attention to other chicks like that.
I mean, yeah, not saying that, but I'm saying when you were out, like, what is it about a woman specifically? Like,
when I was back then,
not even that, just specifically, like, it's not wrong to say, like, qualities, like, in a woman, like, qualities.
Ambitious. Like, a woman who's got her own, like, thing going on. Like, I think attractiveness comes from women who are, like, I don't want to say, like, I'm attracted to women who have careers, but I'm not attracted to a woman who makes her life all about her career. If you get what I'm saying.
Why not?
Because then they have no room for you.
But that could go both ways, Keith.
I mean, it can. But I think sometimes I got some friends. I got some friends that are career-minded women that I knew back, and today they're single, no family, no kids, and it's kind of like
And you saying that's because they was too focused on their career?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, but I like a boss.
I mean,
women aren't getting that paper, bro.
Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, man, like, I don't know, bro. It's all changed for me, man. For now, I mean, back then, if you had to go back then in my little immature mannish ways, it was all about feet and thighs and the little hair on the back, the little baby hair right here at the back of the neck and all that stuff. But I think today it's more so like women who have like who are career, they have goals, they have like ambition goals, or have like I find women that like who have like certain hobbies, like artistic hobbies. That's attractive.
You like a sense of humor?
Yes, love it. My wife has a sense of humor.
A sense of humor, man. A woman with a good, and I mean like a good sense of humor, to where you can laugh at yourself, or you can take a joke, at you, and you can give it back. Yeah. Like, yo, that's sexy.
Yeah, it is.
That's sexy, man. When you can laugh and kind of riff with each other, go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take yourself too serious to where you feel insulted by everything, or you take everything personal. Right. Yo, that's
sexy.
Mad sexy.
And it's fun.
Mad for sure.
I think what else, man? Look, that bantering. The bantering back and forth is sexy. Mm-hmm. It's fun. A woman sometimes that I still think a woman that sometimes caters to you is sexy. Like, hey babe, I made dinner. You want me to bring you a plate? Or hey babe, I'm going to the store. You want me to grab you something? I think that's like, man, that's hot, because I've been sitting there thinking like, girl, you about to get it tonight.
As soon as you get done eating,
yup.
Then you're gonna do some eating.
Them potatoes will slamming. The salt and pepper you put on them.
That corn.
Yup.
Corn.
Yup. Corn.
Yeah.
That baked chicken you made.
Corn.
That shit was fire.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get done licking my lips and my fingers from the chicken, I'm licking your chicken too.
See?
You about to get it.
So you like to be catered,
unless it's really late, then I fall asleep.
Nah. So you like to be catered to?
Sometimes, not all the time.
I think everybody like to be catered to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Like
you know what I like, man? For me, like, I like coming home, man, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love when my wife rubs my head.
Look.
I just want to lay down. She just be like,
be honest.
And you had a hard day out there, baby.
Who you think act like the biggest babies?
Men, big time.
Yo,
men. Hey, bro. You know what? Here's the thing. If I don't get it, I get upset. Like, straight up, you're not gonna rub my head for real. Like, damn, what's up with that?
Listen, we act so
childish.
We act so macho. We act so macho and so hard. But yo, when it come to the woman you love, that you involved with, yo, you turn into the biggest baby, dog.
I do.
Like men are such babies when they with their girl, man.
Yeah.
Like spoiled.
Yeah.
Like
you felt it.
I promise you, I really wanted you to disagree with me. But
no, bro.
But it is what it is.
It is.
Yo,
like if I come
so
home,
spoiled, dog.
The first thing I want her to do, bro, is rub my head. And then after that, I want her to just like, just lay up next to me sometimes. And when I don't get that, I'd be like questioning her, be like, why don't you want to rub my head? Yeah. For real? All right, fine then. Yeah. And I'm like, fine then. I'm going off. I'm going to the other room. It's just look at me like, shaking her head. Like, you're such a big baby.
Hey,
I'm like, yep. I am.
Yep.
I'm one for you.
Big baby.
For you.
Yep. Yo, we spoiled, dog.
Very spoiled. So.
But we don't get.
I be like, baby, what you making for dinner?
We don't get called out on it. Damn. And I'm not even talking about like that. Just for as we like, which we don't admit, but we like attention too.
Yes.
We like affection too.
I like that from the woman that I'm with.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You don't want it from random. But yeah.
Especially all these little old saggy hoes out here.
What?
Old chicks out here, bro. I be going to break. All the old lady be like, she like 60 something. Like, hey, you got beautiful eyes. Like, no, I don't. Not in yours.
Hey, don't act like that. She could compliment your eyes.
No. Nope.
Cause she old.
Yeah.
That's discrimination.
I know.
So
No,
You
because
heard
that
it first.
tell me I'm old. Shit.
Huh?
Just looking at me like I'm old.
Yo.
Like, how old are you? About 72? Like, bitch, no, I'm 47.
Well, it's good. But yo, we big babies out here, dog, and don't let us get sick.
Oh, bro, I turned into the biggest one, bro.
Man, look.
I
I would milk a cold
right
in a minute.
Baby, you brought me some soup.
Yeah,
Thank you so
some
much.
orange juice. Some orange
I need
juice.
some orange juice with this. Well, Hannah, can you go to the store, please?
So you making your voice raspy?
Right, you're like, can you go to the store, please? Fine. Make sure you get the Simply Orange kind.
But we do.
The Simply Orange, not that other stuff. The Simply Orange.
All that stuff women say that they want from us, we want the exact same thing. It's just we tend to be too macho to admit it.
Right.
And I'm talking about with everything. We like to be touched.
Yep.
We like to be held. We like to be catered to. We like to be pampered. We like that stuff too. We just too macho to admit it.
Look, man.
Because look, real talk. How many men you think would admit to like having a nipple sucked?
Not many, but I don't like that. So
It don't do nothing for you?
no,
Shit.
it actually bothers me.
Do it?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It feels like I'm being stabbed in the chest.
Nah, I think you like it.
No,
You don't like the way it make you feel.
I don't know. I don't like it at all.
I love it.
You probably got big nipples on.
my areolas big.
And you got the spots on them.
Not the fine bumps.
Right. You got the
Disrespectful. Don't ever disrespect me like that, mom. But yeah, man.
First,
I think we the biggest babies, dog. We are and you know, women we don't get the rap for that, but we are.
My wife knows I'm a big baby around her, but she also knows, man, I baby her too. So
well, you have to reciprocate. Word for the day, reciprocation. Are you a giver or a receiver? More of. Which one?
I think I'm a little both. I try to give her a lot of things that she wants and needs.
I feel like you playing the safe role right there.
I am.
Nah, we don't do that. More of a giver or a receiver. Now, you know what? You can be both.
I think I'm both, honestly.
Okay.
I think I try to balance that. In her eyes, she probably say, no, you more so of a receiver.
But that's in all aspects or certain aspects?
I think that in her eyes, she probably sees I'm probably more of a receiver than a giver. But in my eyes, I think I'm a little bit of both. I try to balance it, man. Like, because you know, man, like if you always receiving stuff, you had to conscious like, you know what, I need to go get my wife some flowers today, and buy some, you know, maybe a coffee might show up, or go home and just start kissing all over her feet or some shit. I don't know.
You still suck toes?
Hey, we're not gonna discuss that.
Oh, all right, you're right.
But
you're right.
yes, I do.
Right. You're right. I'm just saying, like that used to be like the flavor of your conversation back in the day.
Yeah.
Somebody could be like, yo, man, I met this girl, man. You know, she said, what her toes look like.
Yep, I do. I
mean,
mean,
you wouldn't date someone that had ugly feet.
No, I wouldn't. I was superficial.
Yo,
man.
you probably missed out on so many beautiful opportunities.
Not with them corns. Not with them toes that look like Vienna sausages.
Right.
Like rats been chewing on the nails. Gross. Damage on your feet.
But, yo, you got anything else, man?
Nah, man. I'm good.
All right.
About to get on this Destiny, too. You know, it's moments of triumph right now.
Like, today?
Yeah.
All
today,
day?
All day.
Like, as soon as you get home?
Yeah, because I got to work in the morning.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Overtime, baby. 5 to 1. 5 in the morning.
Gosh.
1 in the afternoon.
You still got your whole day. You got a real job. All right, well, yo, we're going to wrap this thing up. Until next time, man.
Yep.
Be safe. We out here. Coronis. Hold your head up. They still haven't arrested the murderers of Breonna Taylor. So we need to get the ball moving on that.
Yes, we do.
Tired of waiting.
Yep.
Should have been had it done. So, you know, until next time, man. Peace.
Peace.